A Thursday morning in mid-November, and Senior Constable Paul Hirschhausen was getting through a firearms audit. He could only snatch 2 hours here, a day there for it, checking gun safes and ammunition storage out in the dry back country, halfway between Adelaide and the Flinders Ranges. Next on today's list, Mark Button, a Lee Enfield 303 rifle. Button lived on a small sheep property behind the Razorback. To reach it, Hirsch left the barrier highway south of Tiverton and made a slow loop east, juddering over corrugations and stone eruptions before slowing for a buckled stop ramp at the entrance to a short driveway. He turned in and parked his SA Police Hilux outside a house with stone walls and a rusting corrugated iron roof, a converted shearers' quarters, remnant of a past when the big sheep properties boasted housing for overseers, cooks, shearers and station hands. Fran Button's old station wagon was missing, but Mark's battered Jeep sat in the carport, with a faded sticker in the rear window reading, "If you don't know, vote no." Another remnant, this one from the recent referendum. Hirsch had seen hundreds of similar declarations back then, on cars, fences, shop windows. If you don't know, find out, he always thought sourly. He stiffened. A rifle shot, sharp, full-throated. He drew his pistol. Another shot, then a third. They came regularly after that. Heavy cracks, evenly spaced, that repeated from echoey hill slope to limestone reef to farm shed and out along the road behind him. Understanding what it meant now, he reholstered the Glock and crossed Button's yard, reached a tired fence beyond the implement shed, slipped despondently between the wires rather than chance the top barbed strand, and headed through star thistles to a killing field. A scene familiar to him these past 2 or 3 months. Skeletal sheep in a stockyard pen, a farmer morosely watching, and a professional shooter leaning over a top rail to fire straight into one skull after another. Hirsch watched for a while, unwilling to break in. Mark Button was standing clear, rubbing his right thumb anxiously, repetitively against his forefinger. The shooter was a local professional named Brad Ulmer. He was smooth and efficient, and each old ewe, already drooping, panting and barely alive, dropped like a stone. Time passed. The shooting paused. Button crossed wearily to rejoin Ulmer. They had both spotted Hirsch by now and looked across at him as they conferred. Then Button beckoned. As Hirsch approached, Ulmer peeled away to a dusty white twin-cab ute parked in the shade of a ghost gum. A gun rack inside the rear window. A tow bar, dust, dents, a cracked brake light. Hirsch saw him lean in, back out with a thermos and a food container, and flop in the dirt, his spine against one wheel. Hirsch turned to Button and held out his hand. "Sorry to interrupt, Mark." Button, about 50, small, wiry, badly shaven, was regretful. "Won't shake hands with you. Been dragging carcasses since dawn."